Okay, good evening folks. It is the 1st of June 2010 on Tuesday evening. We had the close of the monthly bars last night, so I just wanted to take a quick look through these monthly bars to see any kind of developments that we've had. It's usually quite an important time of the month. Obviously having these bars close. So we'll start on this Aussie dollar. So finally we've made this bearish thrust bar to complete the TDF sell setup here on the monthly chart. And as I mentioned before, it's the first thrust bar, bearish thrust bar that we've had since October 2008. So we've been waiting a long time to have a thrust bar to complete this TDF sell setup here. So basically, what can we take from that? I think we should probably see over the next sort of 6 months some real weakness come into this Aussie dollar, US dollar. We've already seen it on the pound dollar and the euro dollar, so it looks like the Aussie dollar is maybe going to follow suit. And but from the demarc point of view, so we've had the signal, so obviously we know that a lot of this bar can easily be covered the following month or the following couple of months before we sort of kick in and remove the low, which at the moment was 80.65 last month. So we do have quite a good level here. We have the 85.68. 85.77 we went as low as that month and had a bounce from there. So this 85.68 level is still quite a good level to look to sell at some point going forward, and if we do happen to go through that, certainly the 89.34 looks like a good strong level as well, and that would cover a lot of this thrust bar here, and would then get us into a good sort of structural position to go short over the coming months. So it'll be interesting to see how this one develops at the moment. Kind of things to keep an eye on here will be any weekly or any daily TDF sell setups, possibly even weekly setups on approach to that 89.34. Maybe daily setups more so on approach to the 85.68. But that's the kind of thing I'd be looking for. But certainly going forward, this is a signal of weakness to come in this market. Now, if we turn to the pound against the dollar, so obviously we've already had this weakness come back into this market, and obviously I see the Aussie dollar sort of following suit. But we do have a 9 count in place here now, a 9 count buy setup on this pound dollar, and it's actually appeared at the same place pretty much as we had the last 9 count buy setup. So again, it's going to be kind of interesting. I think we may see a bounce on the back of this 9 count, but I'm hoping that we're going to get down to that 1.38 level before we see any kind of significant bounce from there. But having now closed out the TD buy setup for this pound dollar, obviously the next stage is a thrust bar and then some strength. So it looks like we've already kind of had a wee go at this 1.4752 level. 1.4718 is as high as we went today, and we've backed off to 655 at the moment. So again, so we've removed that key level. It's really the only level that remains for the pound dollar, so we could see it bounce from there and head down, and hopefully get to that target level and then have a bounce, at which point I would look to get involved again to the short side. Euro US dollar is on the 7th bar. We're through the trend continuation point on this monthly chart, and we have removed the 1.2456 to the close, but again the risk is still up to that 1.3212. So the Euro US dollar is going to be a little less straightforward. US dollar CAD, so we've had the sell setup complete on this one, the TDF sell setup. So you could say it's sort of opposite to the Aussie dollar, US dollar. So US dollar CAD, we've had the TDF buy setup as I was expecting, and unfortunately we did have a good position going near the low of last month, but it was taken out for break even. We've since moved on, but I mean, this is basically going to signal some strength going forward. I'd expect to see this high at 1.0571 possibly removed going into this month, which would be a level to look at on the retest. Let's see what else we had here. Euro against the pound stayed above the 84.54 level to the close, and then now it's moving down. It seems to be one for sort of having opens and closes on these important levels at the moment anyway, so there's not really nothing to sort of trade there, but we're definitely in full swing here in terms of the bear trend on bar 4, so we still have a few more months before we hit a buy setup on that one. Euro yen's just bearish, and as I've been mentioning in all the videos, there haven't been any sort of bullish thrusts apart from this one to look to sell a retest. And pound Swiss franc is back above that important level that we had marked out there, so not really a great deal to go on there. Pound yen is an interesting one, which brings about some opportunity. We've removed, let me just zoom that in. We've removed this 139.38 level to the close, and this is the level now that I see a retest of that level would be really good and would be a great place to look to get involved in the short side of this trade, looking to get down towards 100 eventually. 97 is the second target on the monthly. US dollar chief had a strong month, but I expect to see a lot of this bar covered maybe over the next month or two before we can get some more bulls come back into this market and push it higher. I wouldn't really expect it just to keep on going. I would expect to see a bit of a pullback here, which is why I was looking to get involved today. But obviously we were stopped out on that one, but we do have the TDF sell set up on the daily, so I am expecting to see this one pull back a little bit. And finally, US dollar yen also remove that 91.59 level, and to the monthly close, similar looking month to like pound yen, and so yeah, we're looking towards that 91.59 towards 78, I think it is on the daily and weekly, looking up towards those levels for a failure and possibly to start a new bear leg after a slight sort of bit of a rest there, similar to what we've seen before for the bulls. So anyway, yeah, a retest any time above this level during the month would I don't think that they'd hold that level to the close. So yeah, so just a quick wee monthly sort of special there. I mean, I'll go over all these charts anyway when I need to, when I'm doing a daily analysis or a weekly. But there's a wee bit of just what I'm kind of looking at in the coming months anyway. A few of these pairs are starting to set up now, so hopefully we can maybe get involved in some longer term stuff. Okay, cheers.